Might I remind everyone that a wizard's sharpest tool is his mind? Perhaps best to shun that which leads it astray.
He's talking to himself.
Think you've made a mistake.
No, I'm making.
It's a cold that sticks with you.
That was good. Okay, finally managed to find the cage I need to unlock. This time I think it's a different animal though.
Aloha Mora.
Go little Niffler! Run! Be free! Okay, I'm so happy I finally managed to find the cage. It was so difficult. The last couple of episodes I kept going back to try and find it with my hand drawing, but I had to end up taking a photo so that I can get it exactly on the map where it was. So now that that's sorted, we can now go on to other business. Could I land right here?
I should dismount here.
My aiming was a bit off. Okay, well, I'd need to wait for Sebastian.
You made it.
Yes, I did. You know, care to wake me up while you were standing there.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominus.
Yeah.
I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on. I'll take you to my uncle's.
Oh wait, I'm still sporting my gear
This way.
from the previous episode. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, now I am ready. Now I'm ready to meet your sister.
Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight.
Off on another adventure, are we?
We here?
Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
That was a short trip. I took... okay, I'll go in first, I guess.
Aha!
Sebastian, where did you... Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey!
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
Come on, it was just a shrivel fig.
We haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
This is a bit of an odd time to
What
be
you've done.
just standing there.
Sorry.
Leave.
I'm just like standing there like, okay.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Okay.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
Yeah, I don't do well in person as well. When in family squabbles, like if I'm gonna go visit someone and then there's a family squabble, I just like sit there like I would rather be at home right now. I don't like being in the middle of people's squabbles. It makes me feel so awkward.
I'm
Let me
sorry
handle
about
this.
earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
No, I think it was more about, you know, Sebastian and your dad kind of, you know, squabbling. Sebastian, this is my potion kit, not yours. Leave my things be. But it's kind of sad to see some parents just give up on things like that. Like, if it was my kid, even if I probably knew for a fact there was no cure, I would still not stop until I could, possibly even invent a cure if I have to. If I could, I'd do anything.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
Even
You
if it doesn't wield results.
Truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
Yeah.
I am. Sebastian and I met my first day at Hogwarts, in the Slytherin common room.
Oh, the common room. I adored teasing first years about spotting mermaids through the window. I do miss Hogwarts. But I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft, really, if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home. It's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Oh, it's the
Sebastian mentioned
uncle.
something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it.
I thought it was their father.
Both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
Yes, yeah, Sebastian seems like the stubborn type that no matter what you say, he's not really gonna listen. He just seems like someone that wouldn't really, if he's set in his ways, he's set in his ways.
I'm afraid it's really up to Sebastian, and his mind seems to be made up.
I can only hope he realizes the futility of his search for a cure soon. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by.
Sure, when I'm in the area,
I
I'll
wish
come
you
visit
well.
you again. I'll be eventually. Then I'll come pay you a visit. Dear Anne, Hogwarts isn't the same without you. Well, Sharp is still as foul, but you know what I mean. I hope you're feeling better. Okay, well, regardless whether it's uncle or whatever, like, the fact that Sebastian doesn't want to stop searching for a cure, I think means a lot more. Even if maybe deep down he actually knows there is no cure.
That boy will fray my last nerve.
It just, at least he's trying, something. He doesn't want to just give up.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like okay, I know there's a lot of curses that can't be undone, but if it's a curse, as far as I know, like 90% of the curses, there are cures to them.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Exactly.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
But sometimes giving, a hope could be a good thing, because, you'd rather want to, even if you don't end up getting cured, you at least lived your life with hope, and not kind of just given up on life and be like, well, I'm going to die in the end, and then just live a miserable life for the rest of the time.
With all due respect, sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
You may mean well, but I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you'll remember what I've said. Good day.
I ought to see how
Good day.
Sebastian's faring.
Good day, sir. Yeah. Well, I'll visit Anne whenever I'm in the area. Hello, I wish I could pet you guys. I just want to rub you all, give you some love. Just picture it, okay? Just picture it.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
Yeah, he was a little out of line. I mean, it's just a shrivel fig. Surely it's not going to do any harm. It looks like a damn onion.
I'll admit I wasn't expecting him to be so angry.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened.
Maybe my ancient
loyalists are
magic
capable
can do
of so
something.
much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, for instance, everything was invented. You know, everything came to a point where it was invented first. So the spell Accio and, you know, all the spells, they didn't exist up until a point where someone actually invented the spell. So you just gotta tinker
All the
with
debris
shit
you'll
and
see is from whatever's going on
you
at
know,
that abandoned estate.
hope you don't end the
They've
world
been
in the
digging
process.
for something.
Just say if you need a hug, okay? I'll give you a hug.
Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
I'm following you, dude. Slam a leaping loyalist commander to the ground. Slow a loyalist
Ranrock
assassin.
knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it.
Dude, shouldn't we be sneaking?
Dead wizard in my book.
Okay. Don't just run away. Oh, I thought I was pushing Z. Stop shooting me from the back.
I won't rest.
What do I need to do? Slam a loyalist commander to the ground. Wrong one. Dude. Come on, you are useless. I've fought more people before on my own. Dude, stop attacking me. Also attack Sebastian.
You won't stop me. You can't.
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for.
Yeah, I
tried
didn't
to
expect
warn
so many. You tried to warn me. I'm sure you did. And now you're just running off without me. Fine, I'll just loot all of this for myself. Did you just let out a toot?
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed.
Damn.
They didn't even give her a chance to run.
Yeah, they were definitely trying to maybe hide something.
Seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here. And it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything.
Well, I found a pickaxe.
I've heard goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more.
And what are they digging for? Gold?
Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumour was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago.
Dude, wait.
That's all I ever heard. It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
What house? Oh. Okay. You just stay there, Sebastian. I'll do all the investigating myself. Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna stay there. So this house?
Sebastian, over here. Do you think this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Yeah. Hello. Anything else? Dude, I just ran in a circle around the whole house. I can't see anything else. Oh.
This well looks familiar.
Like the one that coughed up a map?
Sebastian, I've seen this before. The house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second.
Wait, is this the little village that all those people created with their magic? It was out of thin air.
Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor. Hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
Who? What do
I
you...
found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all
Yeah,
yet.
considering I didn't give you like
And
the proper story.
not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It all has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a port key. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago.
Non-Quidditch
If I didn't
keepers.
know you, I think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it? When you put it like that. The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Yeah, I want to go on my next trial.
Look at this.
I enjoyed fighting that
Someone piled
massive
this here for a
giant.
reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
Oh yeah. There we go. Don't need to stare at it. We just blow it out of the way.
A stairwell.
Oh. Are you coming? Well, okay, there you are.
Lumos.
Oh, good thing I used Lumos.
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
Yeah, look, they were
They've left
stockpiling
all
the
of this
chairs.
simply strewn about. Tells me they're after something bigger.
There's a note. I travelled here to learn, but I long to help. My internal struggle is overwhelming. It's as though the magic wants to heal, and I'm the one preventing it from doing so. Should I lose hope? Will I ever regret not having done more? I cannot look into their eyes, knowing that I could lessen the burden of heartache. I saw the man leaving camp today, the one who so reminded me of my father. Surely it wouldn't hurt to help him. I could further my research, of course, but that would be a fortuitous consequence of doing something good with this ability.
Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
Oh, there's number 1. I was about to say, where's number 1? It is my second week in the camp. More arrive each day. The Muggle doctors and even some of our own healers are doing all they can for them. The grief is palpable. The ones who have survived the plague are forever damaged by their loss. A fever may pass, the skin may mend and scar, but the devastating sorrow remains. I saw a man much like my father who had lost a child. I couldn't bear it. I longed to give him some shred of relief. I'm beginning to think that the others are wrong. I have the power to help these souls. It seems as arbitrary not to help them as it would be to rid them of their torment.
A journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you in such a big sense. I just stumbled into you, dude. Come on. Are you good? You good? Okay. Now.
Lumos. I'm not going to believe this.
Magic.
I
Mirror.
can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
No, dude. Wake up. Focus. I'm gonna go into that mirror. I will see you on the other side.
I know it sounds strange.
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
but fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
Lady, that's a mirror, not a
listening.
wall.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's
Somehow,
true.
in some
And I'm
senses, I
still not
can.
sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominus will be floored.
We can, but perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominus.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come. I'm tempted to hold my breath.
You could if it would help. Hold my hand, Sebastian.
Lumos.
Come on. We got an adventure to go on.
Why would the door lead us here?
Yeah.
Sebastian, look.
Wow. It's a secret.
Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. Absolutely makes no sense.
Anything
to me.
helpful in the note?
It's a bunch of squiggles.
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominus. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
Wouldn't
did not.
surprise me.
Is it connected to our common room?
No idea. Ominus just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to see Anne would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be
Dude,
in
could
touch.
you like
Till then.
yeah, till then, but like could you put in a good word for me about Ominus? Like just like tell him I'm not a bad person. Like I really mean no harm. Just tell him I want to be his friend. So he can stop being so horrible to me. I want to be his friend. Right. That is the main quest done.
Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
Yeah.
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
Mm-hmm.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I take it you and your uncle are close.
We are. My mother died when I was born, and I lost my father when I was 5. Uncle Roland's looked after me for as long as I can remember. He knows I get anxious when he travels, and that's why he sends me all the owls, to let me know that he's all right.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you.
Oh, of course.
He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide. Oh, Uncle Roland, what have you got yourself into?
Oh, okay, there we go. Does it need to match? So would we need to... Oh, no, come on. One maneuver. Dude, I'm far away from you. Ah, okay. So... Okay, that one's done.
Revelio.
The fact that we can jump on our broom from in the water is... I should probably not fly right to it. Whee. Okay. Oh,
Could this be Mr. Oakes's campsite?
it's an Ashwinder. He's dead. Oh, look how... Oh, but they're on a separate section.
Ranrock's loyalists, just ahead. Should I take...
Yeah.
Should I take what?
Oh, could do with a nice mushroom stew about now.
A mushroom stew. Oh,
What's going on out there?
that was almost...
Your spells glance off of me.
Oh, I need to stop pushing that button wrong. I think I'm gonna need to change my ancient magic button.
Was that your Yeah. Another human?
Like, all you were born. Not quite.
What the What the hell? Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. So just because I was changing my ancient magic button for my keyboard, I just came across the fact that with Wingardium Leviosa, you actually have controls to change it nearer, further, right, and I didn't know that. Like, they didn't explain this shit to me. I honestly didn't know that. Rowland Oak's journal.
Mr. Oak's trade journal.
Ranrock's lot agreed to meet, but I do feel a tad uneasy. They amended their requests and were angry when I asked questions. I heard some of their planning gobbledygook. They're after my rare metal deposits that are suitable for drilling. I'm afraid of upsetting them further. They seem rather volatile, and I need this transaction to happen. Perhaps we can work out a compromise. Perhaps not. Yeah, there's no compromising with goblins, with these ones.
Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him.
That means... Is this where we are now? Because this map means absolutely nothing to me. So, if this is where we are now, we've got to go down a cliff. We've got to pass a tower with a thingy. Okay. I might have it. Might have it, I might not. Now,
Revelia.
Uh-huh. There we go. Ooh. What are you guys keeping in here?
This could prove dangerous if I... Lumos.
Lady, how is this proving dangerous? It's a chest that's not even guarded. So, just saying. Down the
A rock
mountain.
formation. That's the
Wait.
first landmark on this map.
Oh, there!
Now, to find the crooked tree.
Well, I'm glad you read that map a lot better than what I did. Okay, we're just gonna keep going straight for now, right? Crooked tree, crooked tree. Crooked tree!
A crooked tree, just as the map said. The crumbling tower shouldn't be far from here.
No, leave me alone. Here we go. Okay, crumbling tower next. Well, if I knew we were going to come here again, I would have left it. Oh, just stay there, just stay there.
What does that tell us?
Oh, oh wait, he's walking away from me. Oh, no, he's coming towards me. Aha! I don't know why he ran this way, but that was his own problem. Right. Okay, now I can get up here where I initially couldn't. But how do we get there? Can we fly? Oh, no we can't. Could we?
Wingardium Leviosa.
I can't believe that worked! Oh, okay, you can stop that now, but I honestly can't believe that worked. Nice.
Certain we can come to an agreement if you'll just set me free.
There was a dude in here this whole time?
Hello? Mr. Oakes?
Yes, I'm here. They've taken my wand. This cell has an enchanted lock. I have experience with these locks, but I need my wand if I have any chance of opening it. Look for a boiler door. I've heard them speak of it.
I need to find Mr. Oakes' wand. Where could it be?
Oh, it's in the big room. Okay. More fighting. Here we go.
A boiler door. How to open it?
How to open? We were here. We opened it. Luckily. Luckily. We wouldn't need to do all of this now again.
I used to make.
One way or another, we'll get what we're owed.
Okay, that was, What? Okay. That was new.
This must be Mr. Oakes'
Well, not
wand.
new.
Perhaps now he can set himself free.
it wasn't new, it was just a new experience going head on into battle like that. Oh, that's so much more faster. I did!
Hurry, before they come. I must get out. Hurry.
Dude, I've like fought most of them. Should I stand back? Hi!
You did it! I found my wand and... Wait, you're a student? Mm-hmm. Oh, we must get you to safety immediately. It's dangerous.
It's all right, Mr. Oakes. I've dealt with these goblins before.
Dear
These
man,
exact ones.
You're either very lucky or very talented. Well, how did you find me?
I'm a friend of Adelaide's. She was worried about your business with Ranrock's loyalists.
Oh, she was right to be. I couldn't go through with the agreement, and when I told them, I ended up blindfolded and behind bars. Been locked in that infernal cell for so long, they'd forgot I was even there. I overheard things. If only I could reward you for what you've done. Blasted goblins stole every canut on me. All I can say is thank you, truly.
You could tell me what you heard.
You mentioned you overheard things.
Sad tale, really. I think I know where Ranrock's unfortunate vendetta against wizardkind began. Although dragon breeding was outlawed by the Warlocks Convention of 1709, Ranrock stumbled upon an illegal dragon camp. He was young, found the creatures fascinating. He'd visit the camp in secret whenever he could, never making his presence known. After weeks of sly surveillance, he finally summoned the courage to speak to the wizard in charge. Ranrock wanted to join them, and the creatures. The wizard happened to drop his wand. Ranrock saw an opportunity. He picked it up, went to hand it back as a means of introducing himself. The sight of a goblin with a wand sent the wizard into an instant rage. He beat Ranrock nearly to death.
Damn.
Ever since, Ranrock has despised wizardkind, sees us all as cruel.
It is a little bit cruel to... I don't know if I have lost a bit of the lore of why goblins can't wield wands, but I mean, they can still do magic without it. Or am I just thinking of house elves? But I'm pretty sure goblins could also do magic without wands, so the fact that they'd even need a wand, I mean... Only the highest skilled wizards and witches could do magic without a wand, so it's not something you'd come by.
Am I right that you speak gobbledygook?
Unbeknownst to Ranrock's fiends, I do. I've always had an affinity for goblin culture. Knew I wanted to be a metal trader ever since I was a lad. It wasn't easy learning the language. It's complex, and my memory's as weak as my knees these days. But after decades working with fine goblin folk, I grew fairly proficient. At least, I'd like to think so.
Fun fact, when I used to do language study through Duolingo before going through an actual study, I came across the fact that you can actually learn Cleon from Big Bang Theory. You can actually learn it on Duolingo.
I'm grateful I was able to help you, Mr. Oakes. Adelaide thinks the world of you.
Oh, and I her. She's become quite savvy to my trading habits, always analyzing my detailed owls. If only I hadn't resorted to trading with such fiends. A lesson I shan't soon forget. Having my wand back is like being reunited with an old friend. I must return home and inform Adelaide of my safety. Will you be all right?
I'll be fine, Mr. Oakes. You get back to Adelaide.
It's not my first
I assure
rodeo.
you, her worries outweigh yours.
Oh, I'm anxious to see my dear niece. And then I plan to travel far from here for my next round of trading. Thank you. May life reward you justly for your deeds. Be well, my friend.
I was about to say, now he's walking back into the
Mr. Oakes was
cell.
lucky. Ranrock's lot would never have freed him.
Yeah, he would have died in this cell. Handcrafted necklace, nice.
Acceptable? In Transfiguration? No child of mine should receive less than outstanding. What are you even doing in that class? Or is it that sniveling teacher of yours? Well, you can be sure I'll be having words with that so-called school. You will receive an outstanding one way or another.
Sorry, dude. I tried to, do something to it, but receiving a howler. Oh! Damn! Warner person.
Revelio.
Oh, page. Gorgon portrait, an oil painting of a beautiful Gorgon and her suitor, whose eyes are wisely averted as he bends to kiss her hand. It is said that the artist who painted this accidentally gazed at his subject when he delivered the painting, and is now forever a sculpture in a garden in Greece. Poor fella. Fringed forest lock scarf, nice. Ooh, ancestral statue, it's another thing we've got to put in the room of requirement.
Finite.
Wow, nice, okay. Level 2. Oh, here's another one of these. Okay, well, I don't have time to do you, so we'll come back to you. But at least now I know where all the locations are. Where does this lead? Oh! We could have come in from this way? Or is it just now that we've come in this way that it's unlocked? Okay. Frogs! Oh, this is the musical room. Nice. I hear a page. Wait. There we go. Here perch the slimy yet symphonic frogs that comprise the Hogwarts Frog Choir. These magical amphibians can sing in 6-part harmony and hold a pitch better than most humans. Nice. Alright, so I think I'm gonna call that the end of this episode. The main quest and the side quest for Adelaide kind of took me a little bit longer than I expected it would, so we didn't get much else done within this recording. But it's okay because, I mean, we did discover a little bit more into Sebastian, which is great, and we got to revisit a cave that I completely forgot had a locked door that we needed to go back for. So we still managed to knock 2 things out in one video, which I'm happy with. I did do just a little bit more exploring in the Hogwarts castle, so I mean, we managed to open 2 or 3 extra doors now that we couldn't with the fact that we didn't have Alohomora. But I did come across 1 or 2 other doors. As you saw, I came across another one of those Defender doors. So I think the reason why after the first Defender puzzle we did, it didn't show that we got that... I can't remember that woman's name that she mentioned. I think the reason why we didn't get her outfit is because it was only a part of her outfit, and there's actually more than 1 room that you got to do to actually complete her ensemble. So that's what I'm guessing. I didn't go into the room and see, because I will make a note so that we can do that in part of the next episode in next week's recording. So we'll definitely revisit that, and we'll come and revisit the doors that I saw we can open as well. It's just for extra little collectibles, you know, pages and chests and all that. So yeah, because I'm busy rounding up the bell tower now. We've done the astronomy tower. We can only go as far. I know there is 1 or 2 doors we can actually now open in the astronomy tower as well, so I'll make a note of that. And then we can just get a little bit more collectibles on our side as well. Our quests are also lessening again. We've only got Deke's main quest at the moment. I don't have any side quests except for that Absconder cave, and I'm on level 26. I'm literally about to level up to 27. We'll only be able to tackle that one. We're close. We're about 3 away, so we are close. But maybe once we've done Deeks, a lot more quests will open up again, and maybe we'll also find those side quests that it shows on the map in Hogwarts. But for now, that is it. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button below. I will greatly appreciate it. It helps me a lot. It helps my channel a lot. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!